Hey everybody. So if you saw my Oscar thought video for the 2013 ceremony, you're going to know that you went into this video knowing that I am talking about why I'm proud of Ben Affleck and why I'm for the most part pretty happy that Argo won Best Picture for the 2013 ceremony for the Oscars. But I really want to take this video not just to talk about congratulating Ben Affleck for winning Argo, but that he's really improved over the years. I mean, look back at the late 90s, early 2000s, and compare that to now, and he's gone really, really far. He's got really incredible over the years. Just he put his career in the right direction, I felt, and I'm really happy that he definitely found his place in the industry. It's definitely directing and acting for him. Um, so I'm going to take this video just to talk about, why I'm proud of Ben Affleck, why I'm really happy that his life is happy, his career is going better, all of that good stuff. So I guess to start the video, I guess my experience watching Ben Affleck on film goes all the way back to Pearl Harbor and Daredevil. Because I know Ben Affleck and Jennifer Garner, who are currently married, they first met on the set of Pearl Harbor, from what I know, and they were both dating different people at the time. I don't even think they thought about dating each other at first. But then they worked together again in Daredevil, which they both had the leading parts in, and which eventually did lead to their marriage. I think they had a relationship after the film, which led to a marriage. Um, and from also what I know, it sounds like they loved working together on that film. And later on in my life, I was able to watch more of his more mature films, like Chasing Amy and Gone Baby Gone, his directorial debut, along with his brother Casey Affleck. Um, so basically, I didn't experience the real Ben Affleck, the more mature side of Ben Affleck, until later in my life, simply because he was a part of a lot of rated R material. Finally got it out there, um, and just besides Pearl Harbor and Daredevil, I didn't get to see a lot of his much better, much more mature stuff till later on. Um, but like really look at like his career now compared to the back then. Besides Chasing Amy and for some Daredevil was all right, but it wasn't huge. Um, Pearl Harbor, take it or leave it. I mean, it's a Michael Bay film, so right there that kind of ruins it for most people. Um, but I mean, look at like The Town and Gone Baby Gone and Argo, and I know he's a part of Terrence Malick's new film recently. Um, the man's gotten a lot better. And I'm really saying that. I mean, I really think because I know G Lee was kind of the huge low point for him, along with Surviving Christmas or whatever that bad Christmas movie he was a part of was many years ago. I know that was definitely the huge downfall for him. I know there was a bad time too. I heard where like he had to smoke a lot of cigarettes on a set of a movie, and he realized just how horrible of a habit it is. I'm really glad that he took control of that and really dropped the habit for sure. Um, I know he's had a lot of family trouble. I've read in stories with his marriage about with how successful his marriage is to Jennifer Gardner. That his family life was just really bad, and that like whatever he wanted to be later on in life, he wanted to make sure that his bad family life didn't impact his life in the future and in the whatever family he starts up on his own. Um, and I know like I've read him and Jennifer Garner always try to make things work. When he's working on a film, she's at home with the kids. When she's working on a film, he's at home with the kids. Um, and because he's now directing and acting, it's more so him out working and her staying home more often now. But once again, they're just trying to make things work, and I'm really proud of him. I think it's really neat that he kept to his promise of my bad home life as a kid was awful, and he wanted to make sure that when he was doing his own family, it was much better. And quite clearly, after all this articles and all these stories from about him and his new life, I think it's quite clear he's succeeding with that goal. Um, and I really think directing really changed his life around. Gone Baby Gone and The Town and Argo now. Um, I think just he just found his place in life. I mean, um, he found what worked for him. He found out what people wanted him to be. Just looking at the shirt or the towel or whatever that was back there. Um, he found his place, and I'm really happy that he found that place because I know he went through a really rough time after G Lee. He had a hard time finding parts. People weren't taking him seriously for a while. In fact, I even remember before like The Town and Gone Baby Gone came out. People were like, "Oh, Ben Affleck, I'm not seeing that movie now," and a lot of stuff like that. And I'm glad that that's kind of not there anymore. I like that when people see his name on something or know that he's going to direct something or know he's going to act in something, like, oh wow, Ben Affleck's in that. Maybe that's going to be something really good. Um, so, like I said, I really like that he was able to do that because there isn't a lot of people who are able to do that. Look at M Night Shyamalan. Ever since Last Airbender, he can't get his career up and running again. I mean, I'm hoping After Earth will be his resurrection, but if it isn't, then he's still going to be where he currently is. Look at well, I guess another one that turned his life around too was Robert Downey Jr. He had a huge drinking problem, and now he's back in full force. He's that I would say he's even better now than he was way back in the day. Um, but Ben Affleck for sure, I just think it's really neat that he found the family life that he wanted. He found the balance. Him and Jennifer Garner just seem really happy. Just a ton of articles, a ton of stories, a ton of interviews out there. Just people explain that they're so happy with their life, and I think they have 3 children now too. And um, I'm just proud of him. I think he's and after seeing, I think what really wanted me to make this video was his speech during the Oscars when Argo won Best Picture, where he kind of had, he really wanted to fit in that small speech of, don't just give your best, give everything you got. The whole that whole segment was just very touching to me, and just I could tell that he definitely reached for the fence, really aimed for something high and big, and really pursued it excellently. I'm just so happy that he did that. Um, and ever since I've seen The Town, I just think that was the film for sure where I walked away knowing that I saw the real Ben Affleck, that I saw the real talent that he had, that he's gonna do something big. And to tell you the truth, I think Argo is kind of step one of the next thing that he's gonna do. That's gonna be absolutely huge. I know he's gonna do a film about the Boston Strangler, from what I've heard. Um, I know he's been approached for or Justice League, but turned it down. Which, to tell you the truth, I don't think that would have been the best choice for him. I think he would have been good, but I could see, like someone like the Wachowskis or someone taking that project on. Um, but ever since The Town, though, I really think he's going to do something big. I mean, look at his style. Look at his. He just seems like and Chasing Amy was one where I could definitely see the actor side of Ben Affleck come out too. Um, yeah, I just think it's really neat that he was able to really change his life around. He just seems happier. His family life just seems well established. I really think, there's not a lot of celebrity couples that last, and I really think the way his family is currently structured, it's really going to last. Um, Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, they made it last, and I really hope that Garner and Affleck are going to be able to make that last even longer than maybe Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie's relationship is going to last. But I think they're going to last a long time too. Um, so I just really wanted to take this video, you guys. I mean, Ben Affleck he's really wowing me lately, and I really hope he continues to do that. Specifically with this Best Picture win now, I just think he's really going to do something amazing. Um, my only worry is because he's now won a Best Picture award in his career now for a film that he directed. I'm hoping that doesn't mean though that when he makes something that's a little bit weaker than The Town or Argo, that people don't freak out about it. Um, so I know when people win an award, they kind of lose confidence or they kind of just sign on to anything. And I really hope that's not the case with Ben Affleck. I really hope he just keeps on signing on to the good stuff, that he keeps directing his own stories, that he keeps directing in general. It's fine if he wants to act too. I mean, the more the merrier, But um, yeah, I just think he's going to be a really incredible director throughout his career. I think, by the time he's on his deathbed, he's going to be able to look back at all these great films he's directed. Um, and I really hope that his next film and his next few films and the next series of films he makes throughout the rest of his life are just as incredible as the current three that he's currently directed. Um, so yeah, guys, I really want to take this video. Like I said, I think it just what he's formed with Jennifer Garner is truly beautiful, and I really hope it continues. She was great at the Oscar ceremony too, guys. I just think she seems like a really incredible woman, and I just think it's really neat that the two of them got together and really made things work. Um, and that they continue to make great films and great. They make their family marriage and their marriage and their healthy children work, and everything else. I mean, it's really incredible that he's able to do this, and I'm really glad that he changed his life around. And go back if you're able to find this on YouTube, just go back and look at his speech. He definitely seems very happy, you guys. I think he truly found his life purpose, and I think that's really neat that he found that. Um, so I really want to take this video because I'm proud of him, and I almost got teary eyed when he had the speech because I know how hard he's worked, and I know that he went through a lot of bad films to get to where he currently is. Um, and I think it's really neat that he's kind of going along the Christopher Nolan, Steven Spielberg route with his career, where people are really respecting him. I think that's really neat. Um, so I really wanted to make this video for you guys, and I hope to see you for the next one.